Hello and welcome back to Autumn's Journey. Previously on Autumn's Journey, not Autumn, sorry, Orly met the newest dragon, right here. Oop, I hope you didn't hear that. Um, Orly met the newest dragon, Ilmari. Even I forgot his name. We find out that Ilmari is going to accompany us on Kerr's journey. And, well, we finally got home to where Orly lives. Now, hopefully we get to meet her father, because in the last episode we also met her mother. So, what's her father like, and what's her mother like? Also, is Amari going to continue being a really, really, really weak character? Not in the sense of, like, character weak, just like in the sense of, timid. Once we sat down at the table, Kerr was content leaning against the wall being sullen. I quickly explained the situation. Oops. I left out the punishment since I had a feeling Kerr would get embarrassed. Here in the first place, they'll be observing our customs and looking at some of the altars we built. That sounds wonderful. I know there's been more interaction between both races lately, but I'm out of the loop now. Mom used to be captain of the guard for the city of Oliver, but had long since retired. She kept busy performing various protection services for travelers and merchants, patrolling Barry, and even teaching sword fighting. We were hoping to leave first thing in the morning. And walk the whole way? I glanced at Kerr and Amari. No, I could always swim, but it's been harder to navigate in this river recently. A lot of heaven-kind activity. None of us fly. I guess we could always hire a coachman. Actually, there's a small group of merchants heading for Oliver, and they won't leave until tomorrow afternoon. I had initially offered my services, but I think you can handle it. You mean it? I can arrange it right now. Up for the challenge? It'll be your first real job outside of Barry without me. Sorry if you can hear what's going on right now. Trying to adjust the headset so you can hear the music better. Alright. Hopefully you can hear it now. Of course, I'll protect him to the best of my ability. She laughed at my enthusiasm and excused herself, leaving the males to know that they were welcome to stay overnight. I grinned and pumped a fist into the air.
I'm going to be a real knight!
I don't know why, but that sounded awkward to me, but I'll let it slide. I feel like this is my first step into real knighthood. A knighthood? Well, probably more like a mercenary. You get hired to protect people and make sure they arrived at their destination safely. That's a good thing. That way we can get to Oliver and earn a little money. However, if I could ask my mom something later, then I'd really be a knight. I could have left for Oliver at any time, but I needed something important first. I was probably grinning like an idiot, but I didn't care. When I heard the door open, I knew it was my dad and immediately jumped up. Mom was likely on her late patrols again and probably wouldn't be back for a while. So, we're gonna see her dad? You two are probably hungry. Is there anything you'd like to eat?
Thank you.
Well, I'm open to anything. I've never tried heaven-kind food before. We'll try our best to make something you'd like, Amari. Kerr? He was pondering at first and then reluctantly looked up. Yes?
Look,
Uh-huh.
Right!
Oh, apple tarts. Of course, pastries are pretty much my dad's specialty. He'll make some for you. The smallest of smiles appeared on Kerr's face, but it quickly vanished. At least there was something heaven-kind related that he enjoyed. Our meal was pleasant, and I was surprised that my dad even got Kerr to say more than a few lines. My dad always had a way of winning people over through his cooking. So we're not gonna see her dad then? Oh, that's kind of a letdown. Elmari found our eating traditions extremely complicated with all of the dishes and utensils used, but kept getting drawn to the windows again. If I ever let him loose in his stained glass church, I snorted behind my cup thinking about it. When Mom returned, I pulled her away from the group for a private chat. There's a fly in the room. Oh, dang it. Go away! Is it all arranged? So I'll be able to guard the carriage tomorrow? Yes. Since I'm going to Oliver anyway, can you write a letter recommending me for knighthood? In Oliver, there's a special guild for knights. People trained by revered knights could be endorsed to serve under the Sun and Moon Council. If I was going to Oliver now, this would be the perfect opportunity to join them. With Mom's name, they would not refuse me. If anything, they'd usher me in with open arms. My mom sighed and rubbed her forehead, already tired of the persistent conversation. Honestly, Aura, I still don't think you're ready and mature enough to... Not only that, I could help the dragonkind better. Please? She chuckled weakly, but I could tell she was still firm in her decision. Oh, look, I'll think about it. For now, you can assist Kerr and Elmari just fine without the rank. I gave her a... Again with this word. Petulant, look. Alright, I'm glad you're at least considering it. Thanks, Mom. I returned to the others who were finishing up their meal. As I gathered the dishes, Dad glanced toward the stairs. Oh... Of course, when I hope that we see her dad, what her dad looks like, we only see her mother. But I guess that's fine. Fly's bugging me. You've already done so much for us. We also prefer more spacious places, so we'll be fine outside. You sure? Do you see us living in these things? Not really. We still have some time before it gets dark. I can show you around the town if you like. Elmari brightened immediately, while Kerr sighed.
Oh no! I don't care.
Weren't you ordered to learn more about the Heavenkind? You can just summarize it for me. I'm more about finding the altars. Which are the locations you visit after you learn?
Let's do this.
Let sleeping dragons lie, Elmari. We can have fun without crabapple sulking along. I grabbed Elmari's hand and led him outside, deciding to show off the orchards the town specialized in. As we walked down the road, we passed a farmhouse where 4 children were running around playing tag. When one spotted us, he waved, and the other 3 eagerly scampered toward us. Aura, come play! Another time chase. The youngest sibling crept forward and gazed up at Elmari curiously. Your ears are funny. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. They're really cute, don't you think, Heather? She giggled. Fly, I am busy right now. They look like butterflies. The children patted Elmari and ran around until their mother called them back. Although I did not expect that, Elmari seemed to have enjoyed himself. Oh, sweet. They're all siblings, so they play together a lot. He blinked blankly before gasping. Siblings? They're all related? Yeah, it's not uncommon to have large families here, although I'm an only child myself. What about you? I guessed you were like the youngest of a dozen. He gave a sheepish chuckle. Please, Fly. Don't bother me. No, I'm an only child too. It's extremely rare for dragonkind to have siblings. I don't think I've met one that had more than 2. He tilted his head, then glanced at me hesitantly as if pondering something.
I have a question.
Then for mating season, is it... Alarm bells went off in my head, and I made a giant cross with my arms to dissuade him. Wait, You crossed? Did you like, wait, like, the Holy Cross, or X Cross? I shouldn't ask about this. I don't know why I'm asking about this. Oh no, banned. I'm banning this subject. As if I could accurately answer those types of questions anyway. If you don't ask, I won't ask how it works between dragons.
I'm sorry.
Ah, right. I agree. He appeared so awkward that I couldn't help but laugh, and soon we were chuckling over our quick diversion.
Right.
Alright, let's keep going. I can show you around one of the farms. Okay. One of the bars was open. It actually belonged to an old friend of my family. I casually strolled in, pointing to various equipment. Omari gestured to a device in the corner.
I have a question.
Oh, it's a churn. You use it to, well, churn milk or cream into butter.
What?
Here, I'll demonstrate. Pretending, of course. I approached this cylindrical wooden tub and shoved the staff. Basically, you plunge this up and down, and it will shake the liquid and eventually turn it into a solid. Milk, cream, and butter are all types of food. As I explained, the house owner entered, carrying 2 buckets full to the brim with something. Hi, Brainy. I saw you showing your friend around, and I thought you'd like to demonstrate the real thing. With a wry smile, she set the buckets down. I stared at them expressionlessly. I wasn't planning on staying.
Wow.
Between Omari's persistence and my inability to decline requests from my mom's friend, I gave in. Right, I'll show you, Omari. Then afterwards, you can show him how to milk cows. Oh,
Let's do
fine, I'll do it. I'll do it all. I wasn't sure how, but I got roped into chores while doing him all around. His questions were endless, and it seemed to enjoy every minute of it. I'm going too fast. Whenever I offered for him to take over, he'd shake his head and say that he'd probably mess up. I had the feeling he was just saying that. At least he loved the apple orchard when I finally was able to guide him there. It was late evening when we returned, and I was rolling my aching shoulder. Even my calluses have calluses. I haven't done farm stuff in years. I'm surprised I remembered it all. I had been more focused on my sword training and patrolling duties as of late. But did you have fun, Omari? He grinned brightly, like a child who had just left the sweet shop with a pocket full of cookies.
That is so amazing.
I don't know if I'd call it interesting, but I guess I've been here so long that it's all routine to me. If I was a knight, I could do more things. Nothing, I'm merely thinking out loud. You sure have a lot of questions regarding Heavenkind.
I'm sorry.
I naturally love learning about new things. In return, if you have any questions about Dragonkind, I'd be happy to answer. He stopped and shrilly fidgeted with his hands, and I could tell he was anticipating an inquiry. Ask how he knows your language, or confess you want to touch his... Oh! Alright, that's, to be honest, I think that's a hard one. Oh, did my mouse go on the screen? Of course it did. Well. Duh. And that's all the time we have today for Autumn's Journey. Sorry if this one was kind of like bumpy and kind of fast, and like I was stuttering a bit in my performance. Really sorry about that. So we didn't get to see Arlie's dad. I'm not particularly sad about that anymore. We got a little bit of the town. I think, and this next option that I was kind of stupidly pondering over is obviously like the first choice to bond with Omari. For now, Omari is definitely on my priority list, but if anything happens with Kerr, I might overlook that. But like I said, I could be wrong that they are the only 2 options in this game. So, that's it for part 5, I believe, of Autumn's Journey. See you guys in the next one.